Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more, or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard-favored rage. Then lend the eye a terrible aspect, let it fly through the portage of the head like the brass cannon. Now set the teeth and stretch the nostril wide, hold hard the breath, and bend up every spirit to its full height. On, you noblest English, whose blood is fed from fathers of war-proof, fathers that, like so many Alexanders, have in these parts from morn till even fought, and sheathe their swords from lack of argument. Dishonor not your mothers. Now attest that those whom you call fathers did beget you. Be copy now to men of grosser blood, and teach them how to war. And you, good yeoman, whose limbs were made in England, show us sure the metal of your pastor. Let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not, for there is none of you so mean and base that hath not noble lustre in your eyes. I see you stand like greyhounds in the slips, straining upon the start. The game's afoot. Follow your spirit, and upon this charge, cry God for Harry, England, and St. George!
Well, hello everybody. I'm here. I'm finally back live, and yes, let's just hope everything starts working, as it's been such a long time. Hello, Archie Colin. Nice of you. Yeah, you caught me live once. Hello, Jeff Smith. Hello, welcome. Right then, so it's been a while. I've also noticed that I know it's come up. That's okay. The live chat's working on the old screen as well. Excellent. So we seem to be working. I hope you can all hear me. If you can, just give me a number 1 in the chat, just so I know, because I've done this before where I've started rabbiting on and the microphone hasn't been on. So hopefully you can all hear me. Yeah, video okay, audio okay. Excellent. I've also got YouTube chat now, so I've got it on a different little thing. So if anyone does anything like super chats and that, I can actually see them when they come up, because it's not always 1-1. Excellent. Because sometimes this runs. Hello, Victor. Welcome. So sometimes everything's sort of kind of out of sequence, but at least now I've got live chat so I can see. Hello, Neil, Richard. Welcome. The chat on the screen on Rumble is running behind the chat on YouTube. Everything runs slowly like this, but it's a better system. Also, just to let you know, to have another expansion upon the greatness that is my channel. We're now live on Twitch as well. Apparently, whether it's actually working on Twitch, I don't know, because I can't see. Hold on, let's just click on there and let's see if it actually brings it up, and let's see if I am actually still going on Twitch. Oh yeah, yes. Twitch is working as well, so we're on Twitch as well. I made a live, my friend. Yes, you did, Victor. I know it's been a while. I know I've been away for a fair few days, which is another reason for this live stream, sort of a touching base, letting you all know that, for one, thank you all for those wonderful, kind messages that I got when I did my post, sort of explaining what's going on. Won't lie, I've had a pretty rough couple of weeks. Hello, Time Prophet, welcome. You're all right, mate. Been a bit of a struggle. I won't lie. I'm not going to lie. Motivation, anxiety, self-doubt are all the things that come with the wonderful gift that I was given. Plus, I've also, unfortunately, had to have my little pet dog Lola put down, which is also not very good. So I've been having a really difficult time. when I put the post out, I thought it was only right because I treat you all as my family, as I said before. I mean, when I did the video, how are you all? Because that's what I class you as. No, it's okay, Vic. Thanks very much. And Time Profit, I know your dad's funeral is on the 30th. Yeah, I've had motivation problems for a while. Well, yeah, I know, mate. Um, I know what you're going through, mate. We've spoken, and that's between us two. Yeah, but I get it. Um, it's just the way it is. You know, we all go through our trials and tribulations. We all go through our moments of suffering and self doubt, and life piles upon itself on top of everything else. Yes, Colin Archer. I thought that was a better intro. Now, whether when this gets updated on YouTube, I'm allowed to keep that because on the last live stream, especially the one where I used Jerusalem, um, that got copyrighted, which is fine because on YouTube it just means I can take that bit out and then it stays up. It's not a major issue, but it is what it is. But yes, um, it had to be. Uh, It had to be that speech, to be fair, because that's kind of what this is all about, isn't it? It's us once more into the breach, dear friends, because it feels like that. Hey, Jeff, you all right, mate? Thanks for joining me. Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, well said, Colin. Condolences to Time Prophet, sadly losing his father. Thoughts and prayers. I know everybody says thoughts and prayers is an easy cop out, but you know sometimes it's sometimes all we can offer. In reality, um, you know, there's not a lot else we can say or do, I'm afraid. But you know, massive condolences there, sir. But as I said, battle struggle, um, motivation being the biggest one, and self doubt. I think we all doubt ourselves, and it's when it's like that, and when I feel like that, I know the best thing to do is just to step away from a lot of things and just, as somebody quite rightly said, um, when you get down, when life beats you down, um, what you do is you never give up, you take a rest, and then you get back up. And then, of course, is the famous, which is one of my favourite quotes. It's up on the wall just here, which is the Rocky Balboa one, which is just we never give up. We always have to fight. We always have to. You know, life's not about how hard we get knocked down; it's how many times we get back up, and we need to do that. And some of the messages I got while I was away, really truly touched me. I have some amazing people in my YouTube family, um, and I didn't really realize. Yes, mate, I'd call him. Yeah, he who sheds his blood with me this day shall be my brother. We brand of brothers seems appropriate as well. Yes, it does. It does, and I might add that for another intro because we are band of brothers and sisters. But yeah, I was really, really touched. At least your shed is made out of concrete. Mine's only made of wood, and it's very small. This is true. This is true. This isn't huge though. I mean, this concrete shed isn't huge. I mean, if I put my hand there, and I'm literally it's arm's length, and I'm touching either side of the wall and the door. It's not exactly the palatial place it appears to be. Palatial. It's an old outhouse, and the winter's coming, and that'll be fun. But yeah, it's absolutely true. You know, never give up, never surrender. Galaxy Quest, another great one. Lots of good motivational speeches. It's hard to decide what we can and can't say. Neil, this is the issue. But that was the whole idea of what they did and how they reacted to the riots. I use that inverted comments. Some of them were, some of them weren't. Unfortunately, got hijacked by idiots who like to cause trouble and paid agitators. Really, and The whole idea was it was designed. I mean, remember that one of the serious agitators who kicked up all the fuss was actually a man from Pakistani descent, because it was all done so they could do what they're doing, which is frightening us all into silence. That's their mission. That's their overriding things. Hello, Derek. Nice of you to join us. Welcome aboard. I was watching a clip of Neil Oliver on GB News earlier. Yeah, Neil Oliver, a man of great oratory skill, and tells it as it is, but he has been muted. They've seriously suppressed him because, as I've said on many videos, GB News are just controlled opposition. They give you the impression that they're on your side, where in reality, they're just as bad as any other media organisation. Every now and again, they come out with something good. But the thing is, when you suppress somebody like Neil Oliver, who speaks the truth, when you sack people and get them off because they're speaking the truth, you have to question. And the rest of them are there who do a fairly good job, but they're constrained. And they're constrained like we're constrained. But they don't face prison because they're protected by being journalists, whereas we are nothing but, technically. And it is difficult to know what to say. I bet at one time they will have stored cold in that shed. Well, yes, actually, you may not be able to see it. I'll see if I can get the camera up. Hold on. Let's just angle the camera up. You may see there. You see that? You see that ridge of extra concrete there? Right? That was actually there to split this into two sheds. And as you can see, the second shed, judging by the stuff that's come through the roof, I'll bring the camera back now, is where the coal store was. So where all the DVDs and that are behind me would actually, back in the day, be in the coal shed. So there you go. Just a little thing. So this shed is actually bigger than it should be. And no, I didn't do that. A lot of people did this years ago. All the sheds. My mum and dad, where I grew up, lived just over the road, a bit further over there. They had a shed like this, and everybody had done the same thing, which is knock the wall out and make it a bigger shed. It is what it is. But single-skinned brick walls mean in the winter, it's like a block of ice, as you'll find out as we go through the winter, which is a laugh, I suppose, but not for what's coming up. Actually, anyone can be a journalist. Exactly. But you have to be officially recognised, believe it or not, because then when you're officially recognised, you are protected against the Malicious Communications Act. You have to have a piece of paper that says you can talk shite, basically, and not get done for it. Morning, if you know exactly what's going on, exactly why, you need to watch today's Ivor Cummings video. Shocking. Ashley, thank you. Everybody, to recommend that we go and watch that video, which I will be doing after this live stream. So there you go. Can you build an extension to the shed? If I owned the property, yes. But I don't own the property. I have got a little bit of land on that side, and I could extend that side. But on this side, just here, is an outside toilet. You know, the old-fashioned outside toilets right there. So, yeah, I could technically extend it, but A, it's the money, B, it's the time, and C, I have to get permission off a landlord, which is annoying. Good morning, good people. Good morning, Robert. Welcome aboard, sir. Welcome aboard. Before I go any further, I hope you're all okay. I hope you're all in good fettle. Fettle? It's an old word, isn't it? Fettle. I hope you're all well. And if you're not and you're struggling, we all understand. And we're all here for each other. And that's how it should be. That's how it needs to be. And I was obviously joking a minute ago about how cold it gets in here. But that kind of leads on to something else, doesn't it? Which is the fact that there's going to be thousands of our old age pensioners, people who have worked hard, served this country, and done a sterling job. And they're going to get frozen to death and that isn't fun. Um, right, Derek, I know you just posted a message, because now I've got a thing, but I can't show that one. You have to think outside the box. You can't use swear language in the chat, because YouTube will nail me straight away for that. This is what it's come. This is what it's become. So unfortunately, I can read your message, mate. Let me have just a quick look at it. I'll read it out, but without the swear word. So I had the police around the other day, told them to, yeah, go forth and multiply. Bunch of kids don't know what they're doing, don't know where the law is, and they're out of the depth. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. As I said, mate, I can't. When you're on the chat, you can't use foul language. They'll nail me straight away, and then this will probably get stripped down. So there is a warning on those, so they now pop up and I can see them. So self censor, I'm afraid. It is the way it is. If you read Ed Miliband reviving the hated boiler tax, well, what a surprise! And of course, they'll force us to have heat pumps that don't work. I mean, they're that good that British Gas refuses to install them because they don't work, adding another £150 to bill. What a surprise! What a surprise! Apparently, you can. Yeah, I can after 30 seconds, but in a chat, on a live chat, no. I know I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I'm allowed to. Well, it's actually not even 30 seconds now. I think it's in the first minute or so. So you have to be very careful, which is why a lot of people, like I do, when on my videos, I run intros like this on the live stream intro, and on my videos, I try and have an intro that means that by the time it pushes me, I'm back in the self frames in case the random swear word does slip out. But in the chat, on live chats, you have to be very, very careful, because YouTube jumps on it and kills it. We don't want that at all. I don't personally. I think everybody should be allowed to say what they want on a chat or whatever. As long and it shouldn't affect anyone. But unfortunately, this is what YouTube has become now. And if I want to carry on using YouTube, I have to play inside their rules. Sadly, heat pumps will not work in my house. No, they won't. They don't work in everybody else. British Gas won't install them because they're inefficient. Plus, a heat pump will cost something like £20,000 for that. Exactly. And also remember that they're also loud. They're also quite big. And you also have them in specific positions. And also, just to let you know, I've got a tumble dryer, which is a heat pump. Now, the temperature in the house drops below 5 degrees. The heat pump in my tumble dryer won't work. So that's a tumble dryer. So what about a heat pump outside that won't work below 5 degrees in a country that during the winter is regularly below 5 degrees? So they're pointless. They won't work. All they'll do is just circulate cool air. It's similar. It's about saving. It's about controlling and destroying us with everything ranging from freezing or starving to birth control, high taxation, promotion. You're absolutely right. 100%. Sorry, I'm just catching up with all the chat. Enjoying all the Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves stories going. Well, the thing is, again, if you watch and follow me on X, with things, I call them all liars, hypocrites, and traitors, because they all are. The Labour have lied to us consistently. They're hypocrites because it's okay for them, but it wasn't for everybody else. And traitors because they're selling this country down the river. It's as simple as that. Personally, I don't like swearing in any case. A lot of people don't. Unfortunately, being an ex-squaddy, it just flows naturally. I try a lot of the times to self-censor myself, but every now and again, yeah, they just fall out. I do apologise. Neil opined that a major push is not so much government getting the money out as taking it out of our hands, so we have none. Correct. Absolutely spot on. When the government pushes a new form of home heating to everyone, I can't help wondering who's profiting. Somebody will be. Of course. Of course. Sorry. Will they get free hump? Well, they might do. I doubt it, but they're probably the only people at the moment who can afford it, and they'll probably get it on a benefit or something like that. Uganda murder can't deport because, well, yes, exactly, Michael. exactly. This is why Reform want to come out of the ECHR, because this is exactly what happens. Even though I still have concerns about Reform, but we'll talk about that. Who's going to get the scrap metal from the removed gas boilers? Well, exactly. Then there's going to be money in that. Or actually, there probably won't be, because there'll be that many boilers that the price will be forced down, and then it won't be worth scrapping them anymore. Hello, Emma. Nice of you to join us. It's not about money. They already have the money. Yes, exactly. They have the money, the cars, the drugs, the banks. Yeah, exactly, Ashley. They have everything. And it just doesn't affect them at all. And soon, when I start doing more videos that'll be on the channel, we'll be talking about this, and we'll be mentioning this, and we'll be continually pushing these things to the forefront, because they absolutely need to. Because it's absolutely horrendous. It really is. Let's just see to make sure it's working there. So confusing having a chat on here, which isn't on the OBS studio chat, and I've got a chat running in the corner here that's going faster than the chat on the screen. So please excuse me if I keep stopping and trying to figure out what's going on, because I'm trying to read 3 chats at the same time. Fortunately, no one's watching on Twitch. No, there's one person on Twitch who's watching, so I haven't really got to worry about Twitch chat yet. And I actually have no idea whether, if somebody chats on Twitch, it'll actually come up on here. Because it's a new thing. I've just stuck it all up there. You see, this chat doesn't seem to be scrolling at the moment. So let's just come off there and come back on there. There we go. It's working again now. No, it's not. It's stuck. So the chat on the screen is now stuck, even though I can see YouTube chat is going quite well. There we go. I think it's decided to catch up a bit. Slowly but steadily. Anyone suggesting removing one of these things that protects our lives is treasonous. Vote away, guys. Yeah, absolutely. No politician is going to be disentangled Brits from NATO anyway, so it's wasted. Well, yeah, it's true. And this is the problem. The thing is, we can all see what's going on, and they seem to think that we don't. And they don't like the fact that we do, and therefore they suppress us. They genuinely. The guy on Twitch will probably be a guy called Trevor Long. Always is, isn't it? Always is. You always get a Trevor. A Trevor on Twitch. Always get a Trevor. Oh, dear me. I'm actually sorry. I'm just trying to catch up, because I'm just making sure that everything that's going on here, not everything. I'm ever so sorry, guys. Not everything. Oh, it's slowly. It's kind of catching up. It's ever so confusing. Ever so confusing. Tom, it's not about your gas boiler. You aren't allowed one. Yeah, well, this is true. Well, this is true. They want us. Look, they want us on our knees. They don't want us to be able to speak. They don't want us to be able to go anywhere. Which is, come October, I guarantee you paper miles coming for road users, because that stops us from going anywhere. They want us to stay in our houses to work. They don't want us to be able to eat very well. They basically want to strip all this off, and then, to stop us realizing and paying attention to that, they're going to keep importing a problem and making us angry and upset and frustrated, and we don't get anything, and we just sit where we are. It's a horrendous place to be. It really is an absolute horrendous place to be. We're in a terrible situation. And that itself is depressing. That itself causes anxiety. That in itself causes self-doubt. Well, yeah, exactly. There we go. They all want us dead off the road too. Of course they do. Of course they do. You are the carbon they wish to reduce, and voting only encourages their psychopath. Exactly. And in reality, when we look at the last election in this country, if you add up those who didn't vote at all with everybody who didn't vote for Labour, 80% of this country didn't vote for the government that's currently sitting in power, who are insane, deluded clowns who seem to think that what they're doing is fixing the country. It's not. We all know it's not. We all know it's causing no end of trouble. It's like, we're going to do this. But when they say that we're going to do this, they're sacrificing thousands of people's lives. They can't afford the winter fuel allowance, but we can afford to send billions of pounds everywhere else. Why are we so concerned about giving money to everybody else and not about keeping it to look after ourselves? What bribes are being paid? Where does this money actually go? I mean, I know there's 11.6 billion going to Africa for their green efficiency things. It's not 11.6 billion. I would say about the point 0.6 of the billion may actually get to do something. The other 11 billion is going to go into corrupt African government officials' pockets. And we all know that. It's just absolutely mental. Bill Gates says he wants to cut the population, but he won't volunteer to die. Well, it would be nice if he did, wouldn't it? So by 2030, 35, it replaces all the cars, replace all the boilers, build a load of wind, solar, and renewable power grid, electrifying the trains. It's a revolution. And watch the country destroy itself. There'll be nothing left. Absolutely nothing left. Anthony 34, hello, welcome. Hello, Wookie. How you doing, my brother? Everything over there in sunny the USA, where you're having your issues as well as we're having ours. But it's okay in America because, you know, Hollywood actors and pop stars are telling you how to vote. Yeah, it's actually as low as 48 when you factor in the people who said they voted to remove the Tories. Exactly. Now, if you voted Labour to kick out the Tories, how are you feeling right now when the rest of us told us you had all lost your fruit, your nuts? Because it was a stupid idea. But it is what it is. I mean, 48% vote Labour, didn't vote for the party. Exactly. I know what you mean. Ashley. It's all confusing. Movie Logan's Run is getting more believable now. Time Profit. How many films? The Terminator is going to come true. I mean, Elon Musk was talking about the revolution of AI, and there's now a group of scientists who are looking what would happen if they all became conscious. That's coming. Demolition Man, the greatest prophetic film ever made, and now Logan's Run. You know, and if you've never watched Logan's Run, first can ask why. But if you haven't, basically, there's a thing in your hand, a crystal, and when it gets red, you gotta go and get yourself ascended to heaven, which is basically you get killed. And you're only allowed to, what was it, 50 or 60 you're allowed to live out, and then you die. Amazing. What happened to my great country? I was thinking the other day, it was World War II. It was all about what we did, we achieved. The enemy was really bad. So exactly. Watching you from France. Welcome. All European countries are in a mess. Macron is pretty much a French Trudeau. All Western leaders are mental. All Western leaders are singing from exactly the same hymn sheet given to them by the WEF. That is why they don't want Trump in America, because he refuses to sing off that hymn sheet. They don't like it. They genuinely don't like it. Renew. Indeed. A Brave New World TV series accurate to the plan. Ashley, correct. Isn't it funny how all these TV and films and books, remember the great book, George Orwell, 1984, who thought it was actually a plan that people were actually going to follow? I swear to God, the Labour Party are actually, that's their manifesto. But it just shows you how all these dystopian views of the future are all coming true. Scary, really. It makes you think that these people actually watch these films, TVs, and read the books and think, that's a really fucking good idea. I've just swore. It's okay. I do apologise. That's when my brain doesn't catch up. My father voted Labour because he's always voted Labour. Well, Craig, that's the problem. You shouldn't continually vote for something just because it's always been. Because then you're not really paying attention. It's out of compulsion and instinct. And that's never a good thing. It really isn't. Although I understand. I massively understand. Age 30 and renew. And logos. That's it. Age 30. Yep. 30 years old, then you've got renewed, which basically got killed. Starts flashing at 30 in the book, I think. But then Jenny Agutter, Archer Collin. I know. That's what that film was all about, to be fair. Let's be brutally honest. We need to legalise guns before we soon our gun won't protect us. They won't. They never did. And a lot of the time, what I would call knee-jerk reaction sometimes makes you question why things happened and why reactions were so strict and as vile as they were. Strangely, George Orwell was a communist and he didn't like a certain kind of communism. Exactly. That's another thing. I mean, you look at a lot of people who were originally left-wing leaning who are now apparently far right because they don't share their opinions. The classic one, of course, is J.K. Rowling. probably the most left-wing woman known to man, until she went and said men can't be women, and then all of a sudden she's far right. Carl Benjamin, who in reality was more of a left-wing liberal, is now far right. This is the messed up world that we live in. It's just, it stuns me at times. It really, really, really stuns me that we've got this far and no one noticed. Well, no, people did notice, but when you were noticed, you were a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. Absolutely mental. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Hit the like button. That would be nice. Subscribing as well. That would be awesome. I've lost a few subscribers. It's understandable. I haven't been on. You have to keep the ball rolling. But, you know, to all of you who have subscribed, before I go any further, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I never, ever envisaged getting as many subs as over 6,000 subs. It's just stunning. I didn't even think people wanted to listen to Brummy sitting in his old coal shed freezing his arse off, talking initially about sci-fi and Doctor Who, and then went down the politics route, and it's just gone even better. But you're all awesome. And I've met some fantastic people. I've read some terrible stories and heartfelt stories. You know, and it's, you know, when you get people saying, you got me through this and you got me through that, it's just, yeah, it's really, really touching. In Britain, you can anything as a weapon, even a chair leg. Well, this is the thing. I mean, they ban guns, but you can't ban everything. I mean, you can, in the end, you can kill somebody with these two things here if you wanted to. No, before YouTube and everybody else jumps on, that's not me condoning violence. That's me pointing out the simple fact that you can kill somebody with your bare hands. So you can't ban hands or feet. It's just ridiculous. There is still no one I can vote for and trust. Michael, completely 100% agree with you there. Massively. Obviously talks about, did you hear about the 3 French hunters that were attacked by a mob 60 ago? Yes, I did answer. But no one cares. It doesn't matter, does it? It really, really doesn't. Because no one cares. Because that's how it is now. And if you say anything against it, you're the enemy. Even if it's just common sense, it's just taking out the fact that it's immigrants and nationals. It's like 60 people killing 3 people. It's just not right. It isn't. It's absolutely mental. Britain disarmed every nation it raided, including Britain, for a reason. They planned this in reality back in there. You know what, Finky? You're probably right. This, I think we'll all have to start waking up to the fact that this has been planned a long time ago. And it's slowly but steadily coming to fruition. I agree, you know, and I think you're right. The seeds of this were laid many years ago. So I was in charge. I make it. Well, this is true, Derek. You know, but he was a socialist. Be fair. The Nazi Party, exactly. There you go. Was the National Socialist Party. You can't argue with that. Check my avatar. Indeed, Archer. If thousands of white Europeans were found flooding my country's borders, the political elite would have had borders closed down faster than the cat. Exactly. We all know. That this is absolute madness. Absolute madness. It really, really is. Absolute madness. Just insane. I mean, chat's stuck again. Yeah, since before. Ashley is, yeah, I mean, I think he was on, I think it was before that as well. When people, I know I'm right, Gobster, I wish I weren't so, well, you know what, Finky, I think we're all coming to the conclusion that all the things that we see and all the things that we say, we wish we weren't right because we know it's frightening. And then when the realization and the coin drops, that's even worse. It really is. A lot of the times I say things, and you've heard me say it on my videos, I wish this wasn't true. I wish this wasn't right. I wish this wasn't happening. But, you know, we're talking about replacement theory, which apparently isn't a thing. It is. It's because we're constantly being lied to and called far right and bigots and evil. Oh, there you go, Derek. That's right. It's the great replacement. Of course it is. Now, some people, like Mrs. G, I have a lot of conversation. Well, not very often do I have conversations with Mrs. G because she gets really depressed about all this madness that's going on, and I fully appreciate that. But she goes, "Well, why are they doing it? Why are they replacing us with Alan Snack Bar members? Because what they want is they want a religion and a group of people who will do exactly as they're told, because they will, and that's the difference." Hello, Rich Dean on Rumble. Nice of you to join. I will never understand the mind of opening board and nutcases, people evil, destructive, and psychotic. Of course, if Trump loses, the world is effed up. Absolutely. Um, and it's horrifying that Trump, in reality, is our last great hope. And they're determined to kill him. They're determined. They'll steal the election. I'm guarantee you now, they're setting up the steal now. They really genuinely are. Because he's never going to be allowed to win. Because they don't want him. Wonder how many people heard the first they came for that during the COVID, now they're getting the damn thing. Exactly. During the COVID, God, the stuff I was called, I was disowned by quite a lot of people who were once friends. They don't talk to me anymore because I'm a idiot. Well, I was an idiot. And now a few of them are coming back saying you were right. Yeah, okay. Every election, people should reevaluate every party, consider if they vote for did it for the right. Exactly. But we don't. We do live in a sheep mentality for a lot of people. They just keep voting the same way. Yeah. Like my beloved Birmingham City. When Birmingham City 15 years ago went down the shithole, went down the trapper, they were awful. I didn't keep going and I didn't keep spending my money to that club. I backed away and left it. I mean, okay, things are looking good now. And because things are looking good, I'm back on board. But the simple truth of the matter is, you should always constantly reevaluate things and make in your mind whether that's a good thing or not. In lockdown, I went out every day, never wore a mask. Ditto, time profit. Yeah, exactly for herding. Even if Trump gets in, Britain's still fucked. It is, but it gives people hope. And I think that's the last thing we need at the moment. Stop already with the voting nonsense. We wait for a further 4 years, then what? And then if that doesn't work, another Well, this is the issue. We need. I know the word reform, and it's up there. Britain needs reform. That's up there not because of Reform Party, because it does need reform. We need to change the system hugely and massively because we're not going to win anything. Trump must win if he gets assassinated. The US becomes chaotic. We're screwed since the US satellites. Well, yeah, they're trying their damnedest. Government, any government, first duty to protect itself. Yeah, and here we are. Exactly. What you have to understand is no matter what they say, what they do, their primary goal is to make themselves richer by abusing us. That's all they care about. One of the only politicians who came out of office poorer than they were when they went in was Donald Trump. Everybody else has come out way richer. I mean, no offense. Let's just voting in Stockholm Search Reform. He goes, no, you're right. It is. We got to get to that realization. We vote for what? Until there is an organisation that will speak for the people, and in my opinion, will only ever get paid the living wage of the average working person in this country, who cannot get corporation things, cannot get expenses, so they have to live like we live, then something might happen. But if you're getting paid £93,000 plus expenses, you ain't going to give a shit about anybody else. Genuinely, don't get shit real already. You know, about the further 9 years from now, run, ride that out, keep your head down. How about the next 14 years? 90, exactly. They took Kennedy out, now Trump is next. They need to learn how to duck. Yeah, but it's not just that, is it? I mean, if we're looking Kennedy, it was, almost like Trump, where it was an inside job. My opinion. Obviously talks about a thing. Did you ever see Jasper Carrot on Birmingham City? I'm not a sports fan. Jasper Carrot, huge Brummie fan, massive Birmingham City fan. I've met him many times. And he's a great bloke, absolutely great bloke. Is there any way to remove Keir Starmer and counteract Labour's situation for the next election? Waiting 5 years is too long. OG, yeah, technically there is. The only person who can do that right now is the King, and he's a knobhead, so that's not going to happen. He's WEF to the core. In fact, I used to be a huge royalist, yeah, but the royal family died when the Queen died. I actually did a video the day the Queen died, and I was gutted because I knew what it meant. The royal family's gone, and he's the only person who can technically do it, unless, of course, we all decide to get out on the streets every day, not work, demonstrate, and try and make a change. But then make a change to what? Which is the biggest thing, which is the hugest problem, is the fact, replace it with what? There's nothing to replace it with. And don't I know this might upset a fair few people. Don't pin your hopes on reform because they're not what you think they are. And the more I listen and the more I watch and the more I understand, the less likely that they're a good thing. I've always had if you go back through my videos, I've always had issues with reform, but something not right there. And I'll be doing a video on it at a later date. Jasper Carrot fan, he was great and so he's so funny. Government will tell themselves that if you care to get it read, they'll publish it almost every the planet. Of course they do. So exactly, well said. Went to Munich last month, the demographic transformation starting, which is why the Germans have finally decided to close borders. Bit too late, but that's the way it is. Absolutely. Well said, Rich. Remember, if you work for a corporation, it's your duty to ask questions, to sabotage, to pull the sickie if it comes. Exactly. Well said. I vote Roy Chubby Brown for Mayor of Birmingham. That'd be interesting. Mayoral speeches. But yeah, I mean, Chubby Browns are hilarious. I think somewhere we still have to go these cassettes. Oh, I have. Jasper Carrot's awesome. Reformer full of Tories control opposition. Yeah, they're worse than that. And in the video, which I will be doing soon, I'll be bringing those how I feel. Now, I understand. I voted Reform. Not going to lie, I did. I even went to as you saw in my videos, I actually went to the conference back in Birmingham, not this one that's gone, but the one before. But even then, something doesn't sit right. And then after the conference, a lot of other things happened in the background, which I thought, right, those worries I had in the back of my mind have come to the front of my mind, and we need to talk about that because, yeah. If someone says one Tory entering from the alarm bell should ring loudly, I predict Reform will become the new Tories and they will constantly be full of Tories. Well, yes, exactly. But we've got to watch Reform. Reform aren't the saviours you think they are. Okay, they're just not. They're really, really not. Same here, Gobstick. Governing has become a career with massive benefits from breeds corruption. Power and corruption go hand in hand, unfortunately. Exactly. I mean, I can't remember which comedian it was. It'll come to. Was it the great George Carlin said it would be great if politicians went out wearing NASCAR jackets to see who they were sponsored by. It's only been a few months, but Labour already effed up. Rich, be careful of the swearing. Oh, no, you're on Rumble, but be careful of swearing on the live chat on YouTube because there can be arseholes about it. Just mention it. At the next election, it will be a perfect void for Reform to fill. They aren't perfect, but it's a start. Oh, no, don't get me wrong. We need something, but I don't think it's what we think we're going to get. And the more you look into these things, the more suspicious you become. Yeah, and something like Farage Tyson making the right noise when it suits them, no different to the rest of the parties. See, that's what Michael's saying, Rich, is the issue I have. They have the great sound bites when it suits, but there are other things they're not interested in. And it makes you wonder, can anyone name one politician they would trust to fix your function on a push bike? Oh, wait. At the moment, if there's one politician, one genuine politician at the moment who I would gladly sit down and have a point with, that would be Lee Anderson. Only because Lee Anderson doesn't give a shit what he says. But other than that, no. Ty seems to come out a bit more while Farage is having to play at the MP now. No, it's okay, Rich. I've had to say somebody else. It got a whole. It's you're okay, mate. I don't personally. You should be able to speak as you find on here because that's how I do. I speak as I find, and if people swear, they swear, and that's it. But unfortunately, I'm not in charge of the YouTube thing, and I have to be careful and play inside their guidelines. It's an arsehole. It really is. See, I'm allowed to swear while being online as long as it's over 50 seconds or a minute, which is why I always have intros. But they monitor the chat sometimes, and I've known people to get done for having swearing on the chat. I understand because I'm an ex-squaddy. I swear like nobody. I swear like a trooper at times. Even I'm having to wind it in just in case. It's crap. It really is crap, but unfortunately it is. But you don't need to apologise, mate. Fully feel it, fully understand it. Optics of politics always the same playbook, rinse and repeat. Well, look at the Labour dictatorship that's currently in place. They're just saying the same things that the Tories said, that the Labour Party said before that the Tories said before that the Labour said. It just goes on and on. They just repeat. Like, remember, it's worse than we thought. There's a black hole in the finances. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Oh, yeah, it's the same record over and over again. Reform is constituted as a limited company, not a membership-driven party. Robert, that's just changing. Nigel is relinquishing the company, and it's now becoming owned by the members, although the contract of membership has been drawn up by the limited company members. Another thing you need to think about. Watch a politician's mouth, it's movie his line. Absolutely 100% right. Tice pro-lockdown, pro-jab. Correct. He certainly was. And he's never apologised for that either. But it's just like, it's really, really, really difficult. And this is where I can understand the frustration. I mean, I have watched the Ant Middleton speech from Reform on the stage. And although I don't agree with some of the things, and I don't particularly agree with a lot of the person himself, even though he's an ex-soldier, he was right about that. Because if you feel oppressed, then you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, you get angry. With anger, begets violence. They're a chain reaction. And him being an ex-forces guy understands that. Nigel Farage is the Benedict Arnold in disguise. Good analogy there. Excellent. Well done. Well said, Keith. Welcome on board. I've sat with politicians in their surgery and concurrency state I could have run things more competently than their wet wipes I met. Absolutely. Clueless about anything of use of power to mankind, profit over people. 100% correct. We know that lots of people in Labour don't like each other. Well, yeah, exactly. But does that, again, install confidence in you? That the people who are supposed to lead this country actually are too busy arguing amongst themselves. We don't have any party where people put that to one side and get on for the common good. They're always out for each other. They're always backstabbing each other. I mean, that's politics from the year dot. But that needs to change as well, because they're too busy doing that and trying to get one up on each other. It's shit. It really is. Austerity, Jeff, that's the plan. You'll own nothing and be happy. Hello, Yvette. Yeah, I hope you're all okay. I hope your mum's doing okay as well. Great to be back. Great to be back talking into the mic and looking at you wonderful human beings, wonderful mother truckers that you are. I don't understand Ant Middleton giving speeches. Don't mind watching Ant and Dec. I hate Ant and Dec, but that's just me personally. But his speech from one point was correct, because he is a man who knows about security and stuff. And what he was saying, it's great analogies, but really, sometimes I wonder when people are just jumping on bandwagons to keep themselves in the spotlight. I really do. Just get a third job, quit complaining, work to your heart's care if you live or die. Absolutely right. The propaganda machine for the elites hate our freedoms of speech and assembly. Freedom from government oppression is a natural human instinct. It's true. Absolutely right. With governments like ours in the West, who needs enemies? Our enemies laugh at us on a regular basis. What's impressive? I bet you they never stop laughing their asses off every minute of the day. Hey, Gobby, did you get my message? It's funny who you meet on the trains coming back from Birmingham. No, I haven't, PD. I haven't literally had a chance to look at my messages this morning. I'm running behind on literally everything. I've got emails that I've got a massive list, purely because I've just not really been wanting to sort of, I've been struggling, but I'll read it later, mate. I really, really will. Hey, welcome. You mean things you didn't watch, like Biker Grove? I didn't watch Biker Grove. Why would I watch Biker Grove? Rubbish show. No, I was more interested in playing computer games, to be honest. They're vastly more entertaining. That's the problem with politics. People see it as a career, not a thing to do after or alongside a career. This is how it should be. When Parliament was first created, they didn't get paid at all. They did it because they wanted to serve their country. That's what they wanted to do. Now, it's just money. Money, 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 money. I hate all mainstream TV. It's crap. At the moment, there's just one thing I watch, and its last episodes this week is I like watching Grace with John Sims. Brilliantly crafted crime series. That's it. I don't watch anymore. There's nothing I watch. Honestly, nothing. The last thing I watched was the last of the Grand Tour, which again, the thing. Oh no, I lied. There's one other thing I watched. Clarkson's Farm, one of the greatest shows known to man. It genuinely is. So Clarkson's Farm is something I watch regularly. There you go. Television. Yes, vision. Yes, exactly. Yeah, well said. Pinky, well said. Because that's exactly what it is. It's an opinion, it's a vision. And you can see that by the way everything's changed. How films have changed, how TV has changed, how adverts have changed. It's all about pushing a message and a propaganda because that's all it is. Absolutely. I did some research and found out that not even the king can remove the prime minister or MPs. We're stuck with Labour for 5 years, which is really depressing. Um, Technically, if you go way back, the king can dissolve parliament. He can. He don't want to, and no one will do that because, yeah. But you know, yes, it's depressing. Um, it's going to be 5 years of absolute living hell, which is why I want to keep doing what I'm doing because I want to keep this channel open, if nothing else, so you've all got somewhere to chat, where you've got somewhere to come together with people who have the like same minds, who care about each other and are standing together to fight through this madness because that's what we need nowadays. Watching BBC Question Time is like watching Open Borders charity matches. I don't watch Question Time. It's on the BBC. Fucking crap. Why would the king end Parliament if they were elected? Right, rubs hands full of shekels. Yes, because it was written in to the Constitution that it can, but they don't. Clarkson Farm new season soon. I know of it. It's probably the only thing that I'm looking forward to. And the best thing with Clarkson's Farm is not only is it's Clarkson and he's funny and I like the guy, I really do, but it's the fact it just shows you how pathetic local government and red tape is. It really does. And it shows you how terribly hard it is just to be a farmer. You know, the people that, whether you like it or not, we rely on because they're the people that make our food that we need to eat. And we need to support our farmers more than anything. We really, really do. All comedy is left to DEI. There's nothing funny anymore. There just isn't. Really, really isn't. Perhaps we need to stop paying our bills for labours in order to start people waking up. We could do that. Problem is the vast majority of people won't. And they'll be the same people who complied to COVID. And that's the problem. Some of us will stand up. Some of us will do these things. But in the long run, we get undermined by the people that we're trying to wake up. As sad as it is. I have to have things vetted for the last 5 fellow culture crusades for him to spend on it. Absolutely. I've got a feeling Labour will have a change of leader before next general election. There's enough. There is. And Robert, there probably will be a huge one. The problem is, as I've mentioned before in another video, sometimes it's the better the devil you know, because we could get Sadiq Khan. Let that sit there for a moment. Yeah. Digital ID is the kind of stone without their plan fails. It'll come. They're forcing it already. I've already done videos several times where facial recognition is being used by the police already. Won't take long. Clarkson's Farm is popular in the USA. It will be, Robert, because it's farming. And all farmers in America's got a huge farming community, way bigger than ours. And they have the same struggles. That's why it's massive. It's as simple as that. And the reason is because it's as much as you like it, although Clarkson really doesn't do it like he's like the head thing. It's common people working hard and being trampled on. Everybody can relate to that. Well, there's a rumour the party wants to change free gear care to Andy Burnham. Well, that'll be a massive improvement. We get rid of free gear care and get Oasis Burnham. That'll be great. Which taxes do you think Labour will go after in October's budget? Inheritance tax? Yes. Capital gains tax? Yes. Because that won't stop until they're taking everything. Correct. October's budget, which I will be away for. I'm going away that week. Why not? While I can, before it all goes wrong. They're going to screw us for everything. When it's done and when I come back, we'll have a chat about it. Just with the digital planning is already in place, they have hundreds of brave little psychologists trying to figure out how it can be sold to us. Correct. I mean, they tried it during the COVID. Remember the old NHS app, which I didn't download, and they keep still telling me to download it. Facial recognition doesn't work on letterbox ladies. Funny that, because they don't have to remove it. So who's it worth for? Think about that. Just think about that for a minute. That's there's a lot of these things which we'll be discussing in later videos where we just got to stop and think, hold on a minute. Hmm. Sadiq Khan will be absolute death blow to Labour. There would be a psychotic cook if, yeah, well, people would, because people doing, well, again, he got in with the same kind of minimalistic vote that Labour did themselves. Madness, absolutely. My ancestors were kings, real ones, all the way back to the kings of Gwent and Glamorgan. My kingdom, the oldest suppressed kingdom on earth. At least Andy will roll with it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Finally, remember, Conmurray is a kingdom and always will thrive. Well, the thing is, it's a question, and I know a lot of people go over this, but there is a huge question, and I've always wondered why. Because I was having a discussion with some idiot on Twitter who's talking about England's not 1,000 years old, and I had to correct him. But we became Britain when we merged with the Welsh. I know this is, but I'm opening up. I'm Welsh nationalists will probably love me for this one. Why isn't there any representation of Wales on our flag? I just put that out there. At which time go, facial recognition was trained on white people. It does not work. Yeah, well, I know Time Prophet again. Makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think. Things that make you go, indeed. And this includes all people trying to get along. Yes. I'll tell you what, though. I was in an ahhing whether or not to come on today because, as I said, I've been struggling. But the fact that I've had 56 minutes now with you wonderful people in the chat has just reinvigorated me. The fact that there are so many of us who are at different stages of reality of realizing what's going on. But we're all singing from the same hymn sheet and we're all learning off each other, which I think is great. It was proposed and turned down. I think there you go. If anyone says to me they work in the media, I give them the evil eye. The interesting thing is, technically, I mean, I presume you mean mainstream media because this is a media. Probably the only real media that you get anymore, where you actually get genuine, honest opinions about stuff. Not carefully crafted propaganda. In this channel, you get what I think from the heart. That's, and under the, as we're still in it, under the European Court of Human Rights, I'm allowed to express my opinion. And that's protected in law, in their law. They won't let us get out of it. I'll use it against them. And I try to always make sure that I say that everything I'm saying is my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. I mean, if you do agree with it, that's great. If you are, for the first time on here, listening to this one, and you agree with what I'm saying and what the chat is saying, then subscribe to the channel. Let's make this a little bit more of a different side for media. I'm half Welsh. There's a good reason why Wales is not on the flag, but I've forgotten what it is. I'm sure somebody from Wales will let me know, because in reality, they should be on the flag. I just, we can't bang on the flag that's got England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland on there, but no Welsh. And Wales is important. Remembering, just out of curiosity, if it wasn't for the Welsh inventing the longbow, Agincourt might have gone a little bit of a different way. Just saying. Is there anything tax announcements in the upcoming budget that could consider a rebooting to another country? Well, you could relocate, but if it's anywhere in the West, we're all screwed. As horrible as it is, the original progressive experiment was critical after World War II by the CIA. Frankfurt School to stop another coming of the Yazidis, but they weren't. Exactly why? Good question, PD Rich. Good question. The Welsh dragon does not appear on the Union flag. This is because the first Union flag was created in 1606 and the Principality of Wales by that time was already. Yeah, but it still should be there. It's just a thing. Will England, with England, it's no longer a separate principality. I know, but it would be nice. I don't mean, don't get me wrong, love the flag. Think it's great. But I also think it's a bit weird that the Welsh aren't on there. And it's just, I'm not even Welsh. Oh, by the way, anyone from Wrexham enjoyed the game Monday night. It was awesome. Owen, Rotherham. Oh, well. Billions of pounds Amazon cloud service. Yeah, exactly. Because they were told Thanks to Bill Clinton for resurrecting during the second term. Indeed. Welsh nationalism only dates back to Victorian era before Wales was independent as Cornwall. There you go. Main reason that Wales was not represented on the Union flag is sadly because when you came, Wales was basically considered part of England. Well, there you go. Thank you. I mean, I know that was purely what it is, but it is a bit sad, really. You know, we call it the flag of the United Kingdom, the Union Jack. But yeah, I know, I do get it. I just a little tiny dragon in the middle. It would be nice. I think it was proposed at the time, but Cymru decided to keep their own flag. Okay, it's the only flag with a dragon on it because it's changed over the years. Once there's a black dragon on yellow and black. Ah, there you go. I didn't know this. See, I'm learning. This is something else that I like on this channel. I learn from you lot as much as I hope that you learn from me. All this sharing of knowledge is how humanity expands and becomes great. If we don't suppress it and we just listen, it's great. I think it's great. Absolutely great. I thought the gaming Rotherham was the grooming gangs. Still won though. Wales should be represented. Then again, I spend enough time talking about history. So, oh yes, exactly, Archer, Colin. I agree. But thing is, I understand history. Unlike a lot of people who talk on Twitter, I understand history. I studied history, got a degree in history, military history, that is. But I understand history. But sometimes, little things. Depends if you mean the Roman Wales flag or the black and gold cross with the cross. Well, there you go. See, look, all this amazing knowledge. We're all learning here about flags. All learning about the flag. All learning about Wales's flag. Awesome. Some of the stuff I didn't know. Because you're all wonderful people. And that's what I love about our group. Our little collection of human beings. Mother truckers to the end. It's like being in a pub. Exactly. That's what I want it to be. It's a dry pub, sadly, because I can't serve any alcohol because, the logistics of it would be horrendous. Oh, my avatar, my actual tuning is based on the colours, the arches of which. Oh, right. Right, crazy. Awesome history. This is another thing that really annoys me. Yeah. It's the fact that they want us to remove our history. And we're just quickly talking about the Welsh flag and the amount of historical importance and knowledge that comes out. And you look at this wonderfully rich tapestry of history that makes this country what it is. And they want this changed. And they want it removed. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is just awesome. This is what I like. It's what I love doing. It's what I love doing. Absolutely love doing. Absolutely love it. Fun fact, Prince Mad Dog was in America long before Columbus was even born. There you go. Awesome. Well, everyone, that's where aggressiveness came from. Experiments to stop the next generation. Yards, then Morses took about chocolate teapot. 100%. This is what the elite don't get. We're not being far right or bigots or racists. We have such a beautiful tapestry. Some of it good, most of it good, some of it bad, like every other country in the world, that makes us what we are. That makes this country what it was and should still be. That flag means a lot to a lot of people, different things, but it's our flag. And that flag was earned through the history of our wonderful country. I don't get it. I really don't. Hello, Sheila's dot to dot. Nice to see you on board. I'm probably the only one who did not know the flag is upside down, lol. Oh, that really, really knocks people, doesn't it? I'll put my beer on your tab. Thanks, Michael. Hold on a minute. Whoa. That's a lot of money. Don't start doing that. Truthfully, Bobby, I've got to take a leaf out of the Japanese book on this one. Well, yeah. Absolutely. But I just don't understand. Fun fact, Cymru for the lost 10 tribes. Cymru. There you go. Oh, 10 tribes. What's that remind me of? Star Galactica. Another TV show, the Lost Tribes and all that sort of stuff. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Literally, thank you for being here. And I'm glad that someone's mentioned it feels like a pub, because let's have that sort of pubby atmosphere. where we just sit in discussing stuff, politics and flags and history and whatever you want to discuss. Google Translate is getting extremely good. It's just, you're why I do this now. I do it because I want to speak out, but live streams like this is why I like to do live streams. Because it is literally like sitting down. I'll have a whiskey, Gobs, thanks. No worries, I'll see if I can knock one up. But it's the fact that I'm sitting here and I'm reading an amazingly informative chat, and it does. It genuinely feels like we just sat down in the pub having a chat. But this pub is a world pub. You can come wherever you are in the world. You can come join the pub. Perhaps we should call it the Gobby's Pub. I don't know. Maybe that'll be a change for the live streams. We'll call it Gobby's Pub, and we just come and have a chat. But you're awesome. All of you are awesome. And remember that. You are all important. No matter how bad it gets, no matter how depressed we all get, I'll try and make a live stream a more regular thing so we can come down to Gobby's Pub, sit down, have a laugh, have a joke, have a chat, and just chill out and just look after each other. Because that's important, I think. That's what important. They've been scrapping over since. Yep, yes, our country is called Great Britain. It has 3 smaller countries. Yep, it does. Well, yeah, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. We used to have Ireland. Then there was a bit of an issue with Ireland, and we got the Northern Ireland bit, and the Ireland's Ireland. Yeah, pause. It's lucky I'm here, innit? He can't undo his bottle. Mind you, only get no, can I? Well, that was on tight. There you go, mate. That's all right. That's my son. I'll buy the peanuts. Peanuts. Yum, yum. It's inspiring being together. Well, Sheila, I think that's what this is morphed into. Let's be honest. The live streams that I do now has morphed into just the pub. Right, that's it. If you want to, from now on, every time I do a live stream, it's just called Gobby's Pub. Put one in the chat. Just put one in the chat, and if everybody says here that that's what we should call the live streams from now on, then let's call it that. It will be awesome. I was never Welsh. Made up of Saxon meaning strangers, meaning census Cymru were here first. Correct. You were. They were. Cheers of it. If Katie Hopkins could do it, so can you. Absolutely. But so, look, if you want from now on, every live stream that we do, yeah, hit number 1 in the chat. Finally, we get somebody on Twitch, and of course, it's a yes, it's one of those, isn't it? It's a thing. So let's can I actually get rid of that? No, I can't. I'll have to sort that out. Ignore the Twitch live stream stuff that's coming up. It happens. But yeah, let's just make it a pub. Let's just I'll try and make it once a week. We have a bit of a gathering, even if it's just for half an hour, 45 minutes, where we can all sit there. I'll open up a thing. We can all talk about stuff. You can give me ideas, and we'll get there. Welsh, non-Germanic foreigner. Absolutely. During the days when they had pin-up girls behind the peanuts. Oh, remember that? You used to hope that they pulled the right pack of peanuts off. 1-1. Yes, Sheila, I do. Gobster's Ale House and Inn of Corrections. There you go. That's the name. That's the name. We've got that. I'm going to pin that so I know, so I won't forget. Pin. That's it. We've pinned that. I think if everybody's happy with the name of that, we will call it that. I put it up. So we'll call it Gobster's Ale House and Inn of Corrections. How about that? Awesome. Gobby's Pub, awesome. Yeah, why not? Let's just have fun. We'll be serious. We will talk about things that are important to us all. But this is what I want it to become now. I want it to become this. I want it so we're all here for each other. We'll all listen to each other. We'll all talk about things. If you want to talk about something, just bang it up on there and we'll have a chat. There you go. So it's up on the screen now. So Finky's come up with a name. If everybody likes that name, what we'll call it now. From now on, the title will be that, and then we'll just have like numbers on there. So if you all agree and you want it to be called Gobster's Ale House and in of corrections, hit number 1 in the chat, and we'll call it like that, and we'll make it. I'll try and make it as weekly possible as I can. It would be absolutely awesome. Those peanuts got bought very quickly. Sounds good. Robert, divide and conquer. Indeed. But this is going to be awesome. And this upcoming 5 years is going to be really, really, really bad. We all know that. So I want to make this as a little pocket of chat. There you go. Right then, there you go. So that's what we're going to call it. So the next live stream will be Gobster's Ale House and In of Corrections number 1. That will be the next one. As everybody seems very well, Finky, you are going to vote one. It was your idea. But no, awesome. So there you go. So we've now renamed the live streams, and that's what it's going to be all about. Just to let you know, I will then, if we're going to do this, and we're going to have it like we are, what I'll be doing then is in the community section on YouTube, I will place a thing where a post where you can list anything that you want to talk about, and then we'll pick a few. I'll pick a few, and we can have a chat. Be the new Katie Hopkins. I'll try. I mean, if you want me, no, I'm not going to wear a skirt and wear a wig. I agree. There's only one Gobster. Thank you. Thank you. I try my best, but no, this has picked me up. I mean, just having this chat, you've really made me feel happy. I'm chuffed. I'm really, really, this is becoming more than I expected it to become. Yes, I'll still do the politics, but I can see where we want to be with these live streams. We just want to be back in the old days. What were the adverts for? We want to be together. I'd love to get Miss Hopkins on my stage. She's an awesome comedian. PD Rich, I'd love to sit down and chat with her. I think she's amazing. Don't get me wrong, just like everybody else, sometimes she says things I don't agree with, but why not? You see, because the thing is, I don't agree with somebody, I don't hate them. I just don't agree with that one particular thing. I think she's wonderful. And I do. I agree, Petey. She makes me laugh. She makes me laugh. And I love her attitude. And I love her energy of just not giving a shit. It's great. You'll need an apostrophe on the Gobsters. Don't worry. I'm sure that we can get that spelled correctly. Oh, it's awesome. So there you go. So we've, in succession, you've cheered me up. I hope I've cheered you up. We've now renamed the live streams. So that's what it's going to be. So I'm going to have to think and get hedgehog crisps and pork scratches and Gobs, mate. Consider it done. Blonde wig and a glass of wine for our copy. Oh, I hate wine. Oh, I've tried to drink wine back in the day. Yeah. Ugh. I prefer Jack Daniels. I really, really do. I really, really do. I prefer my whiskies than that, but you know what? Everybody to their own. Pork scratchings, definitely on the thing. Hedgehog flavoured crisps. Oh, they were awesome. We'll have to get some of them in. We'll have to see. We'll have to get in. England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales are not the correct names for these lands. They're real placement of history. Began in the 1100s when somebody went on about Britain destroying the... well, there you go. Do you ever know they didn't really put real hedgehogs in the hedgehog? Why not? Time Profit, you've now shattered everybody's illusions. I genuinely thought I was eating crisps that were made from hedgehog essence. And if they weren't, I think that's Trading Descriptions Act. Genuinely, I'm offended. I'm upset. I remember hedgehog crisps. They were awesome. And people bought them just because they wanted to walk around with the fact that they were eating hedgehog flavoured crisps. What a great day. What a great year. Time to be alive. When we had they'd be banned now for animal cruelty because some fucking lunatic will think of that. But yeah, can't stand one myself. I just don't like the taste. But no, I like it, but I don't like the way it makes my mouth feel at the end. It's like, all furry and that. Ugh. The famous line is, who gives a shit? This is true. Yeah, who does give a shit? Yes, mate. Wookie, we'll have to do a live stream together again, so I can come on and tell everybody who does give a shit. It's true. That is my tagline on Wookie. If you've not been to Wookie, Wookie Fever's channel, please pop on over. I sometimes guest, and we have a great while of it. We have a great time. We really, really do. But you should probably. I'm an English cider girl. Wurzels good love, mate. See, I like cider as well. I do like cider. The reason I like cider, gonna make people feel ill now, is the fact that I do like sometimes drinking something that tastes the same coming up as it did going down. It just is the way it is. No real chicken has ever gone anywhere chicken flavour crisps either. Oh, Time Prophet, will you stop shattering it? Next, you'll be telling me Thunderbirds weren't real people. That's what you'll be doing next, and you will just be destroying my childhood memories. They were tasty, them crisps. They were. Yeah. See, gone off politics now. Now we're on to crisps. Tasted like chicken. They did. They did. They smelt like chicken as well. There are no toad in the hole. Oh, come on. Stop it now. You mean those long round things that look like sausages aren't? They're actually sausages and they're not toads. Fucking hell. Oh, this is getting horrendous. I can't live with myself. Can you imagine the Wokies sing Not the 9 o'clock news trucking sketch? Oh, that was Pete. In fact, the whole of Not the 9 o'clock news now, they would just literally go into a meltdown. In fact, any comedy from that era, genuinely, just would be just horrendous. Sometimes, I mean, it's like I've got the old goodies and I've got the Fawlty Towers and all that, the old comedies, the stuff that was funny. Just recently, I'll have to do this. Gotta show you this. I managed to find this at a local charity shop. The entire Dad's. It's still got the price on it. No, I don't know what the hell that is. I got the whole Dad's Army collection. Jesus Christ, that was funny. Including the movie, and it was all come together at a charity shop. Always shop at charity shops if you want to get your physical media. It came with the movie as well. Yeah, all that. Got all that for £4. Yeah, I know. I'm a tight ass brummie. I know. There you go. And I've just destroyed my stings. I'll sort that out in a minute. British are the enemy of England. Correct, they are. Typical pub talk about crisps and food. Fried foods. Oh, God, yeah. I don't know about you now. No, we've been here for over an hour now. I'm getting the urge to eat a kebab. I really am. With some ridiculous hot sauce on it, which normally I wouldn't eat. But when I've had a beer or two, tastes great. Not so good in the morning, though. Thunderbirds weren't real people. They were rescue machines driven by real people. Rest in peace, Davy Graham. Indeed. Nice. Private Pie. The thing is, what I find with Dad's Army is it's gentle comedy. It's brilliantly written, brilliantly acted, and it's just brilliant. I mean, I did manage to watch the remake, the modern day remake. It was all right, but it just wasn't that. It just wasn't that. Yeah, you digested it, mate. Davy Graham. So rest in peace, sir. Too many beers and we start dribbling shit, as we say. It's true. I mean, the thing is, I'm not going to start drinking. I mean, I don't do alcohol very often anymore. And I think that if we did live streams while we all had to drink beers, YouTube would strike the channel because it would get really stupid. About an hour and a half, 2 hours in, it'd get really ridiculous. Genuinely would. Oh, dear. Ian Lavender used to wear a Wolverhampton Wanderers scarf. It was an Aston Villa scarf. Not Wolverhampton Wanderers. Everybody used to think it was West Ham, but it wasn't. It was an Aston Villa scarf. The scumbag. Sometimes some people do something that just oversteps the mark. Great actor, wonderful human being. Villa fan, really. I guess heaven has a new show for Buffett. So it does indeed. It does indeed. Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely a legend. We seem to be losing a lot of legends. We really, really do. Sad, really. Absolute. Heartbreaking, isn't it? I'll tell you one thing, though. Right about now, heaven would be a great place to go. Or hell. So all the good people are there at the moment. I mean, you imagine the comedy show you get now. You know, get in the old pearly gates, get there, sit down in the old comedy club, and look at all the great comedians who would still be taking the piss out of religion, of course. But it is what it is. Nah, they're all rubbish, lol. Ham and boiled egg salad for lunch today, in case you was curious. I know I was, I know I was when I looked in my fridge. 99 was a great age, but bet it's seen a bit of changes. Yeah. Imagine having to see those changes. The thing is, I mean, I'm 56 this year, and the changes I've seen in my lifetime is just immense. Absolutely immense. Might even have a couple of hash browns and so I'm going, good, 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 cool. Trouble with losing legends, they aren't any replacements. This is very true. For lunch today, I'm going to have bacon sandwiches, maybe with an egg, or beans on toast with a bit of Worcester sauce. Getting hungry now. Any case, what's the time now? Guys, it's nearly 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I think it's time for us to bring this to a close. Last orders at the bar. Time, please, ladies and gentlemen. Which will be the new way going out, I guess. I need my lunch. I'm sure you all need your lunch. Dave Allen was great for that. Dave Allen was awesome. One of the funniest people I go around. And myself, Gobs. Yeah, so let's bring it to a close. You have been awesome. We now have a new name for live streams going forward. I'm going to try and make them more regular because I think, if nothing else, it's somewhere where we can all get together and have a chat and just enjoy ourselves and just talk shit, basically. As I said, I can, bacon, indeed. I want a sausage bar. Good idea. I can swear on the channel. And I try not to. I am trying my hardest not to swear very often. But as I said, please don't take offense. But if it's in the chat, you guys to be really, really careful. Anything you say in the chat, we have to self-regulate. It has been absolutely awesome. I'm going to have to get a new intro and a new outro now because we've got to have a pub vibe. We really, really have got to have a pub vibe, haven't we? Yeah, because I think that's how it's going to be. You have all been absolutely wonderful. You are the greatest mother truckers ever. In fact, no, you're now the greatest customers at Gobster's Ale House and Inn of Corrections. It's great now. Thanks for watching. You have been fantastic. You look after yourselves and each other. Remember, my messages and DMs are always open. If anyone needs a chat and you're feeling a bit down, please feel free. Even if I don't answer, you just want me to just kick it in. 4 a.m. and about to have breakfast. Morning, 5:13. How you doing, my brother? How's things going? All good? All good? You ghost-busting arse. Love your stuff, mate. Love your Ghostbusters kit. Absolutely awesome. Any case, let's get out of here. Let's go and have some lunch, or in some people's cases, breakfast. Breakfast. That's going to get me banned. And with that, awesome. You're great. You're wonderful. Look after yourselves. Have a great day. And I'll speak to you very soon. And with that, I'm done. So, until the next one.
This once great nation, eroded by